Hi, I'm Kristen and I am a pregnancy coach who works with mamas all over the world. I help you go from anxious and overwhelmed to enjoying your pregnancy, preparing for a sacred natural birth, and giving your baby the beautiful beginning that you are dreaming of. Today, let's talk about what to do if there's no midwife in your area. Usually, if there's no midwife in your area, you have two options. Well, I guess you have three. You could travel somewhere where there's a midwife. That's an option. But your other two options are to have an unassisted birth where you go it alone, or to give birth to your baby in a hospital even though there's no midwife there at the hospital for you. Now, if you're going to go to the hospital, it's really important to have the support that you want to be able to make a natural hospital birth happen. And that starts with preparation throughout your pregnancy. It starts with preparation, practical preparation, to stay low risk so that you don't have complications come up through your pregnancy that can end up derailing your natural birth plans. Staying low risk during pregnancy also means that your body is physically ready for as smooth and safe a birth as possible. It also means that you want to make sure that you're going to the hospital at the right time and that you're mentally prepared and with practical skills as well to be able to handle your labor and your birth naturally. So going to the hospital too early can lessen your chances of a natural birth because you could experience the cascade of interventions as the hospital feels compelled to try and speed things up. It used to be in the olden days that hospitals would send you home, but that rarely happens today. Today they just hook you up to Pitocin or Centocin depending on where you are in the world and try and get labor going, which can end up in a cascade of interventions that ends in a cesarean that was actually unnecessary. So you want to make sure that you're doing what you can throughout pregnancy to prevent those things from happening and to have the best natural birth experience that you can have at the hospital. If you're going it alone, preparation is just as important because one thing that can happen to moms who have an unassisted birth isn't necessarily that they have some emergency situation come up that ends up resulting in them needing to go to the hospital. But what happens more often is that they get overwhelmed in labor and they're not sure what's going on and they end up transferring to the hospital because of that. So being prepared, regardless of if you decided to go it alone or you've decided to go to the hospital, can really help. Now, the biggest thing with either one of those options is that you deserve a level of support. You don't have a midwife in your area and you are hoping for that midwifery model of care and a midwife to assist you at birth, maybe at the hospital or maybe at a home birth. Or maybe you've decided that I didn't want a midwife, but you still want support. Having support is crucial throughout your pregnancy, and that's where a pregnancy coach can really help. Especially if you know that you're going to the hospital or if you know that you're going it alone, having somebody to listen to you is super important because you're not going to get that in the same way that you would with a midwife. And even if you have a midwife, but it's a busy, big practice where you're seeing different midwives, you may not have that continuity of care that you want. A pregnancy coach can help provide continuity and can help provide you with a supportive model that you won't otherwise get. What does that mean? What does that look like? A supportive model of care means that you're talking to somebody regularly, face-to-face via Zoom, because I work with moms all over the world, but face-to-face via Zoom. I'm there for you. I'm hearing what's going on with your pregnancy. I'm hearing your hopes and dreams. I'm hearing challenges. I'm hearing things that are puzzling you or upsetting you. And I can take all those things. I can listen. I can hold the space for you. And if you want some feedback on that, I'm there to give it to you. If you've got questions about things, you're wondering if feeling something is normal, or you're wondering if what you're experiencing is normal, or you're wondering what to do, or you've got a doctor's appointment coming up and you're afraid that it's going to turn into a battle over what you want, I'm there for you. You shoot me a text anytime, a voice text, a regular text. I'm there for you to help you with that evidence-based information, that support, and also I'm there to help you stay in that place of power and advocacy for yourself because you've got me in your corner advocating for you and reminding you that you can make this decision. And if suggestions are made to you, I can help you go through those suggestions and say, are these based in evidence or are they not? What might be alternatives? When should you say, okay, I think this sounds right, and when should you say, maybe this is routine, but I don't know that it fits my situation? Having a pregnancy coach to help you sort through all of that can be especially invaluable. And if you're having a wild pregnancy, you may not have somebody to turn to with all of your questions. Sometimes you can turn to other moms, but sometimes you want somebody who's dug into the evidence and who knows a lot. I'm an experienced mom myself. I've had 8 babies and gone through 8 pregnancies. But I know that sometimes you want that evidence too, and going through all of it on your own can feel exhausting and sometimes lonely. You want somebody to talk to you about it. And so that's why your pregnancy coach is there. She's there to support you. If you're planning an unassisted birth, you may be facing a lot of naysayers or people who frankly are telling you that you're crazy or irresponsible or doing something dangerous. And so having somebody to talk through that feedback with and help you get perspective and make a decision. Am I making the right decision? Am I not? But most of all, to help you stand firm in your beliefs and what you think is right for you and your baby at this moment can be absolutely invaluable. So as a pregnancy coach, I'm there for you. If you don't have a midwife in your area, you don't have to be alone, and you don't have to go without that supportive model of care around you all the time. I'm there for you to consult with you as you consider what I say and make the best choices for you and your baby. If that's resonating with you, I would love to chat with you. Head over to birthbabylife.com/beautiful and let's talk about what this kind of support looks like for you, how I can help you with both the practical and that mental, emotional, spiritual journey of pregnancy. I would love to chat with you this week.